When you got to the end of that tour, how was that leaving Ashland for you?
It was leaving was fine. Well, so it was unfortunate, right? Because it had gotten to the point where I could feel things start to shift again in the opposite direction, right?
Ooh,
More
okay.
people had came in. I had been there so long, and I had fought me, not just me, but like the department, everybody that I'd had with me had fought so hard to get to this point, which was INSURV, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when we barely got past MCA 2.5 years earlier, I used every inspection, I used everything to get ready for INSURV.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what it was, right?
That was our
And
strategy. Yeah.
and when we went green, and I remember the last day of INSURV, I'm still arguing with the inspector over the ACOM ladder. And he's like, "Hey, man, you're going to go green. Like, why are you arguing with me?" I was like, "It doesn't matter, right? My guy spent too much time to take a silly hit that's not a real thing." And that's the way I looked at it. And that's the way I looked at every inspection on there, because you're not supposed to argue. You're not supposed to do that. No, bull. I'm arguing because we worked too hard, right?
Yep.
These guys spent too many countless hours to try to do it the right way for you to have a different standard, right? And that's the way I felt
Yep.
about it. And then as I
And
was
ladies and
leaving,
gentlemen, hold on real quick, Jeff. Ladies and gentlemen, if you did not hear what he said, the USS Ashland went green at INSURV out even stopping operational schedule in order to complete the INSURV. There was no stand down for 3 months to get ready for the inspection. I will, because again, I'm watching y'all from up north and I'm asking, are they going to get some time? Are they going to get some time? And no,
because if you remember, I don't know if they pulled my AMW cert, they pulled the 3M cert to before INSURV before I left. That way we could go through it before I left. So I'm like, gee, here we go again, right?
Yeah.
So they pulled all that early, and
All I was
we went through
tracking
3M.
was the
We went
INSURV
through
date.
3M
Yeah.
cert like 2 or 3 weeks before INSURV. And when you're going through INSURV, you're putting job in left and right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you guys are killing us because we got all these jobs in that are for INSURV, and now you're
So
they're.
what was that feeling like? Did you have that moment with your deck guys when y'all went green at INSURV?
We did. We did right after, right? They did the all hands call, and we did all that, and we had the signs green and all that stuff printed out, and it was great. And then we deployed the very next week, right? So it was short lived, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But me leaving, like I went on that patrol, and I did about half of it, and like I said, I could feel things start to shift, right? New department head, she'd gotten there like 2 or 3 days before INSURV. New bosun that got in there during INSURV, right? And so things were starting to shift, right? And to be honest, and it wasn't quite fair to them, I did not have the energy anymore to go through that rebuilding of a new team, right? And I told the department head after just struggling to make that connection with her, I'm like, look, I'm transferring. I need you to start communicating with your divos, with your chiefs, and with your bosun, right? That's who I need you to start communicating with, because it was not known when my relief was going to get there, right?
Yeah.
And and for her, it felt like I was quitting, right? But Gary, I didn't have any more energy. I was done.
Bro, it was, I mean, again, we came from -5, right? Like you said, underground, like no one thought about us, to going green at INSURV, plus a whole bunch more accolades we're going to keep coming to the ship because they don't all come right away. It takes time for it to come out, right?